Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Tuck Notes, Beginner Stock Talk. I'm going to talk about Tesla stock and the overall stock market and what happened today in the stock market, what to expect with the stock market tomorrow with Tesla stock, why did the stock market go up today, will there be a bull trap, will there be a breakdown? I'm going to go in detail about this, about what the Fed has to say about the interest rates going up and rate hike moves, and what are they anticipating moving forward, and what do they have? Do they have anything outlined for us in the future? In the near future. So, how long is this going to take? So, Tesla closed at $699. It was up 5.48%, which is about $36 and something cents. It went above our price level, which was $650. I really hope that was happening, and it happened. That's what we talked about yesterday. And so we got that, and that was great news. We got it all the way up above $700, and that's what I kind of thought was going to happen, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't think it. I wanted to validify it first. For the overall market, all sectors did great except one sector, and that was the energy sector, the gas sector, and that one got hit today. Right now I'm going to show us a video about what to expect about interest rates moving forward and for this month, and what Federal Powell has to say about this too.
Just kind of the big takeaways from the press conference. Obviously, he expanded on the idea of why the Fed needed to move by 75 basis points or 0.75% today, obviously referring to the consumer price index report that came in hotter than expected last Friday. The Fed chairman reminding essentially markets that, quote, our policy is adaptive and it will continue to do so. You saw the revival of the phrase data dependency. This is despite the fact that the guidance from the Fed chairman, as you were just discussing with your previous guest, is for something either 50 or 75 basis points in their next meeting, which, by the way, will be happening at the end of July as scheduled. Now, that's offering some guidance and takes essentially that 100 basis point hike that maybe some markets are speculating off the table, at least for July, and that kind of makes sense. That was the natural question, given that the progression of rate hikes so far in 2022 was 25 basis points earlier in the year, 50 basis points in May, and then 75 basis points in June. Of course, if you continue to draw a line there, how much higher do you have to go? The Fed chairman essentially setting a cap, at least for right now, of 75 basis points. Now, a lot can happen between now and then, but the Fed chairman likely emphasizing that they want to have the flexibility for policy in the future. Now, on inflation, the Fed chairman saying that this is something that's not going to be very quick and it's not going to be easy. He offered a very simple line by saying that inflation needs to flatten out before it can decline. Haven't necessarily seen signs that it is flattened, at least on the consumer price index. So that's one reason why the Fed needs to give a little bit more optionality going forward. Now, one last thing I want to mention is that the average American is feeling this. They're talking about the concerns about a recession. And my question to the Fed chairman in the press conference was essentially, does the Fed's outlook on the economy line up with the concern that Americans have at the dinner table? Take a listen to his response to that question.
Clearly, people don't like inflation a lot, and many people are experiencing it really for the first time, because we haven't had anything like this kind of inflation in 40 years, and it's really something people don't like, and they're experiencing that, and that's showing up in surveys and in all kinds of ways, and we understand that, and we understand the hardship that people are experiencing from high inflation, and we're determined to do what we can to get inflation back down. So that's really what we're saying. Clearly it's an incredibly unpopular thing, and it's very painful for people. So, I guess what I'm saying is the really critical question from the perspective of doing our job is making sure that the public does have confidence that we have the tools and will use them, and they do work to bring inflation back down over time. It will take some time, we think, to get inflation back down, but we will do that.
The Fed chairman saying it straight, no one likes inflation. With regards to concerns about a recession, he added in the press conference, quote, not trying to induce a recession now. Let's be clear about that. Guys, the next 12 to 18 months will be the bearer of whether or not that does actually happen. Guys.
And Brian, the word transitory is long gone. The word nimble is back. And he kept on bringing that one back and adding others like flexibility and having the ability to adapt. Why do you think that shift in tone from taking 75 off the table in the prior meeting to now clearly saying everything is, and maybe it was just me, but I was dumb and dumber there. 100 points sounded like, so you're saying there's a chance, it's at least a possibility at the next meeting. What do you make of that shift in tone?
Yeah, it was a real neck breaker getting to the meeting today, essentially, because if you rewind to last Thursday, markets were pricing in only a 3% chance that the Fed would move by 0.75 percentage point. Of course, the big difference was, first of all, the CPI report that we got on Friday, and then a record low print on the University of Michigan's consumer sentiment. Now, of course, the Federal Reserve is quick to point out that when the Fed laid out the game plan for the last 5 weeks for a 50 basis point increase this week, they caveated that by saying that would depend on the outlook remaining as it was at the time that they offered that plan. So the Fed has always said they've had the flexibility and they're wanting to do the same now. But of course, one natural reaction might be, well, why should we believe you on the guidance for 50 or 75 basis points in the July meeting when you gave us guidance for this meeting and then ultimately scrapped it last minute? That's certainly a valid concern. But the Fed, credibility is not following through necessarily on the forward guidance. Credibility is about the ultimate outcome of getting inflation down, which the summary of economic projections show they hope to do
in the near future. And so if you're finding these videos helpful, if you could push the like button, that'd be helpful. And if you like these videos, you can try subscribing and check it out. With that being said, tomorrow I'm projecting a big rodeo fall, or something like maybe going up a little bit and then going down and then going up a little and then going down, but slowly kind of like working your way down. But in the beginning, right in the beginning in the morning, maybe going up to the top it could, and then going down. Or this is just going to be a crazy zigzagging contest for a while. But expect extreme volatility, and do not panic as much as we can, because whatever price you bought your Tesla at, it will come back to that price. And that I'm backed up by Elon Musk in a tweet right when when all Tesla started to go down. So yeah, it's doing its flexibility, it's doing its circlability, it's doing all the ability, and ability I've never seen before. So hang tight, and we'll see what's going to happen. We'll talk tomorrow probably. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.